The Z2 Force features a design that's both modular and signature of Motorola's recent offerings that support their mod platform. The first thing that'll strike you when you pick it up is how sleek it is. It's just 6.1mm in terms of thickness, and it needs to be as thin as it gets in order to prevent adding too much bulk with the mods attached. It's also extremely light at 143 grams despite the unibody aluminum design that feels rugged and solid. It is splash resistant but begs to have an IP rating, as it certainly feels like it can handle it even though it can't. What it can definitely do is take a lot of beating. The phone did slip and fall off from a tree around 6 feet high onto the ground while we were shooting, and yet the device was left unscathed and it looked perfectly fine after wiping the dirt and dust away. That brings us to a display. It's a 5.5-inch POLED unit that's shatterproof. Although a drop wasn't intentional, the fact that it survived such a drop onto some hard dirt and gravel was proof enough that it's indeed tougher than most flagships out there. It does have a slight trade-off in the form of a more scratch-prone screen, but I would still definitely find it easier to live with a scratch screen than a broken one. Besides, you can always put a protector on it and it'll keep even scratches at bay. The display is a bit reflective, but the POLED panel still offers good sunlight legibility and high contrast levels. The 1440p display offers good sharpness as well. No 18:9 aspect ratio display here, but I'm not sure how exactly it would work with modular platform and the mods in place. Perhaps the ergonomics wouldn't have been too good, as there wouldn't be sufficient place to rest your fingers with mods inserted, considering that the thickness also varies and becomes more thicker with mods added. Either way, it would also be interesting to see just how Motorola handles the next generation, since the jump to a wider aspect ratio screen is inevitable. The fingerprint scanner is mounted at the front and is an always active unit that's quick and accurate. It can be used to unlock the phone and even lock it with a longer press. Unlocking requires a registered fingerprint, but locking can be done with any finger. The device performs extremely fluidly thanks to a stock Android that Moto has on top of the smartphone. It does come with the Moto app to configure Moto display and actions, and has support for Moto mods. The Snapdragon 835 along with 6GB of RAM ensures smooth multitasking and gaming. It does get a bit warm when doing intensive tasks, but nothing alarming. It comes preloaded with Android 8.0 Oreo out of the box. It comes with 64GB of storage that can be expanded using the hybrid dual SIM card slot with 4G LTE and VoLTE. Call quality is pretty good, and the earpiece itself doubles as a speaker. The speaker isn't too impressive and isn't too loud, but you'd probably want to get the JBL speaker mod if you want to get the best audio experience. The slim waistline also means that the 3.5mm audio jack is gone, but you get a Type-C to 3.5mm converter in the box. Audio quality over earphones is pretty good, but not class leading. The Z2 Force has a dual camera setup at the back with two 12MP sensors, one being RGB and the other being a monochrome sensor. There is a front-facing 5MP camera as well, and both the front and rear camera units have dual-tone LED flashes to accompany them. The cameras are pretty good, but we'll dive into the details in our camera review. The slim profile also meant that the battery capacity had to be reduced. 2730 mAh is what you get. The battery life is good for the capacity, but won't last most users a full day of charge. You get around 4.5 hours to 5 hours of screen on time. However, there's a trump card that Moto have. They're bundling a turbo power mod with a phone that has a retail price of Rs 5,999 if you buy it separately. The mod may look slim, but it features a massive 3490 mAh battery inside it. So essentially it doubles up your battery, if not more, and you can get around 12 to 13 hours of screen on time with it, and not to mention better grip as well. Since it's a mod, you can choose to take it off and attach it whenever you want. It even has its own Type-C port just like the phone, which means that you can charge it independently, and also has 4 level indicators at the back. The mod even supports the same 15-watt charge that the wall charger comes with, which means that it can top up your phone in the same time as the wall charger. 15 to 100% takes just over an hour on both. You can also configure the mod to charge your phone as fast as possible, or ensure the most efficient battery life by maintaining the phone at 80%. At 34,999, the Moto Z2 Force is pretty competitively priced and one of the few value for money offerings in the flagship segment. If you take the cost of a turbo powered mod also into consideration, then the effective cost is 29k rupees. The Z2 Force might not be the best at everything, but it does many things well and is really rugged. For those who prioritize ruggedness and a no-nonsense reliable phone above everything else, this may be a very sensible buy. We've included a purchase link for the smartphone in the description below. Thanks for watching, see you again in the next one.